Baba. You say Baba? Say Baba. Say Baba. Say Baba. Yeah. Can you say Baba? Oh. Can you say Baba? You were just saying it earlier, sweetheart. Oh. Say Papa. Say Papa. No. We don't say Mama in this household. We only say Baba. No. Good afternoon, everyone. I am headed to the gym right now. In the morning, I was just helping my wife sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. More like helping her, helping the people who came to pick stuff up move it to their car. We just sold some furniture that we weren't gonna take, and my mom didn't want it, so we just sold it on Facebook. Headed to the gym today. Again, yesterday I didn't go to the gym. It was kind of a weird day because I just had so much to do with getting ready to move and everything that I didn't really do anything besides home things, well, work at home. So today I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do make up my chest and tricep day that was supposed to be yesterday, and when I get home I'm actually going to do a leg day with my wife. My wife hasn't been working out a lot recently, but it's, you know, just because of a lot of family personal things going on with taking care of the baby. You know, she just had a baby and she doesn't really have the time to actually go to the gym and work out like she used to. So but yesterday she was like, hey, let's do a leg workout, and I told her, like, you know, be careful, because you do one of my leg workouts, you're not going to be able to walk for like a day. And she was like, yeah, bring it on. So, you know, props to her. Hopefully the leg workout will go well. I'm probably just going to be doing body weight stuff with her, because she can't really lift heavy stuff right now, because again, I don't want her to injure herself, because it's the first time that she's been working out in a while, and also because she has to build her way up to actual weights, and again, I don't want her injuring herself before she even gets started. So I'm gonna do more like, not high repetition, but challenging the way that she does her workout. And a lot of the times we can stay kind of in that medium rep range, but as long as you do proper form with higher time under tension, it'll be a very hard workout. You don't need weights. And again, she's not at that point where she actually needs any of them yet. So I am going to mess her up in the most nicest way possible. I'm gonna mess her up. I also, one of the reasons why I wanted her to do it was after my really heavy leg days, like there's some weeks where my legs don't hurt, but then there's some weeks where they really hurt. And last week I did Romanian deadlifts, barbell Romanian deadlifts for the first time in a while, and I went heavy. My hamstrings hurt like a lot, and I asked, my wife offered to use a massage gun on my legs, and it hurt. It hurt. So one of the reasons, she was like, it can't hurt that bad. So I was like, okay, one day I'm gonna do a leg day with you, and I'm gonna massage your hamstrings and see if it hurts. But also another reason is I personally don't have any tattoos. My wife does, but I was asked, because I want to get some in the future and I want to get a huge back piece. But I asked my wife, I said, do you think this would hurt more than a tattoo? And she said, I don't know, I don't think so. I personally think, I've never had one, so I don't have that experience saying that it hurts more than a tattoo. But I just have a feeling that a super sore muscle against a massage gun would hurt more than a tattoo. I don't know if that's true. You know, my wife says tattoos don't really hurt. I mean, it really depends on where you put them. So I'm thinking maybe the least vulnerable area for a tattoo hurts less than a massage gun on a hurting hamstring. So we're gonna put it to the test where I'm actually gonna push her really hard, get her hamstrings to basically fail, and then I'm gonna, the next day when she's really hurting and can't get out of bed, I'm gonna massage her legs and see how she feels. And then we're gonna do a comparison to see if that actually hurts more than a tattoo. So stay tuned for that. But it's exciting, funny things that I'm thinking about. I'm also, again, I've been working on more motivational content. I have a second channel where I post shorts for motivational content. It's just something personally that I like to do. I haven't been really posting a lot there recently, but I have a friend of mine who is pushing me to do a little better, and I'm pushing him to do a little better, and he's personally making some digital products right now that he wants to sell. So I'm pushing him to do better, he's pushing me to do better. We're both climbing that ladder. He lives in Chicago. I used to know him when I lived in Chicago. But again, that's one of the main reasons why, again, yesterday I didn't really have much to do and film, because I was just kind of busy with at-home work stuff, with moving and also actual work. And then after that, I realized I didn't even film anything. The day was already over, so I couldn't really get anything in. But today, again, I'm having kind of, not an earlier start, but I told myself that I needed to go to the gym. So I'm headed there, but this gives me the opportunity to film and talk to you guys. Again, a lot of stuff just going on this week. I have a lot of stuff going on. I have a lot of work things that I actually need to do and catch up on, and it will be good. But other than that, not really much going on today. I am switching up my diet. I am taking less carbs in right now. Last week I kind of did a carbo load. I decided to eat a little more carbs with rice and potatoes, and now I'm cutting back on it to see how I feel. After that rice and potato stretch, I did have kind of a bigger burst of energy, and it did help. But I'm down 5 pounds, or 7 pounds really, than when I first started. So I actually need to, I think, cut back on the carbs and then see how I function for like 4 days, maybe a week, and then I'll start introducing a little more carbs here and there. A lot of times what they say is when you're on like a diet, you want to have phase of dieting, then you want to flatline, let your metabolism get back to normal, and then hit your diet again. If you just strictly diet, your metabolism will get used to it, and it'll be harder and harder and harder for you to actually burn fat. So what they suggest is you want to diet for phases, whether it be like a month or two, 30, 60 days, maybe even 90 days, and then you want to hop off the diet. I'm not saying eat a whole bunch of junk food. Again, stick with your diet, but start introducing those things that you weren't. Have a little more carbs, have a little more fats, have a little more, healthier choices. But you can eat a little more, but it's just, you want to get your metabolism at baseline again. You don't want to be in that deficit, you want to maintain. That's the word. You don't want to be in a deficit, you want to maintain. Again, the reason is you want your metabolism to reset. If you're just constantly burning fat, again, your body is a super resilient thing that wants to store as much fat as possible. Biologically, we want to store as much fat as possible, and it's really hard to burn fat. So when your body's in this burning fat, it literally thinks it's dying, quote unquote. So what you have to do is reset that metabolism, and then after that, when you hit your diet again, your metabolism is reset, and it will not be easier to burn fat, but it will be easier in the sense that your metabolism won't be constantly in the state of deficit. It'll have that nice little break of maintenance, and then when you hop back on your deficit, it'll be a lot easier to burn off that fat. One thing that my wife said too is, actually, it's a little frustrating for me, but I looked at some old photos of myself before I started going to the gym regularly again, and my face was a lot fatter and bloated. And I think that I personally believe that I lose fat in my face and my arms and my legs more than I do my midsection. And I personally think that is because when I was a kid in middle school and high school, throughout my whole middle school and high school career, I was a runner for cross country. And again, this has no scientific reasoning behind it. This is just what I think. This is just what my hypothesis in the way that my body works is. Since I ran so much as a kid, especially when I was young, even before middle school, I did a lot of sports. I did football, lacrosse, you name it. I did a lot of active sports as a kid, but what I think is my body got so used to running and moving that it was easier for my body to store fat in my midsection, which allowed for a better center of gravity while running. And my body realized that I don't need to store fat in my legs and in my arms because I'm swinging and rotating them so much that it would be easier to store fat in my midsection. Which, again, I know a lot of times where you store fat is solely genetic, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just me just having a shower thought, but I just believe that since I programmed my body from when I was very young, that I just kept being active, that I stored fat significantly more in my midsection rather than my legs and my arms. Because my legs, don't get me wrong, they still have fat on it, but they have leaned down significantly more than my upper body. My midsection more like, and my face is slimmed down, and my arms have slimmed down. And again, this is all just theory. None of it is based in scientific evidence, but that's just something that I believe is true, and it sucks. And my wife was like, you know, that's such a good trait to have. A lot of people and a lot of women want that actually. They want their face to slim down first before their stomach. And the reason I was saying that is because I told my wife that actually it really depends, but losing your face fat is probably one of the last things that people lose fat in first or last. A lot of times people lose their face fat last, they lose their leg fat last, they lose their arms fat last. And everyone's saying, oh, you could spot reduce fat. It's a complete lie. You know, you can't spot reduce fat in your belly. It's just, again, genetics and how your body is made. But I told my wife that I would rather have a round fat face with an amazing body than a dad bod with a skinny face. But that's just personally me. My mom is calling me right now. I should probably just stop yapping anyway, so I'll see you guys after the gym. Just get done with the gym. Chest, tricep, and shoulders. Feeling good right now. Gonna go home, eat, pack, work. Again, this whole week is just gonna be me getting ready to move, all that kind of stuff. So this week might not be as running around type of videos, but it might just be kind of at home, stable, relaxing, getting ready to move type of videos. But it was a good workout. Got a decent pump. Kinda did chest and triceps. Arms look big, chest just feels good. Honestly, I might go home and do some push-ups. Chest pump was alright. I just was feeling a little weaker today, so I just did kind of like a deload type of workout for my chest. But overall, it was a great workout. Got a good pump. That's all I can really ask for. I am, again, gonna go home, eat, and relax, aka work. But I'll see you guys when I get home. Just about to eat right now. My sister picked up some Indian food, so I'm gonna have some Indian food. Can't really track it, but I just grabbed less rice and less bread and added more vegetables and more chicken. So, kind of making up for it, but not really because I can't really track it. But I just got done with some work things. I'm just getting the video here. Hope all of you had a great day, and I'll see all of you